My boyfriend keeps disappearing into the bathroom with a stick of butter, and when he finally comes out, the butter is gone. My boyfriend and I have recently moved in for the first time, and ever since then, he's been doing something potentially unholy with a stick of butter. It's a very odd issue, and I can't wrap my head around what to do. At first, I started to notice that butter was disappearing quickly. I assumed I'd lost track of how much we had or he was cooking when I wasn't around. But then I saw him try to stealthily take a stick of butter from the fridge. I pretended not to notice, and he took the butter with him into the bathroom. Before this, I've noticed him spending an hour or more of time in the bathroom since we moved in. But I never saw him take the butter before. I was so confused. When he came out an hour later, I saw no sign of the butter. It was gone. I tried to subtly keep an eye on him, and over a week he did this 3 separate times, and each time a stick of butter disappeared. And so, finally, I said one day, "Where did all our butter go? I hardly used any this week and it's gone." He pretended to not know and said maybe we forgot to buy it. And when I argued that we had bought it, he doubled down saying we didn't, even swearing on his late granny's name. By now I was very confused, but I still ordered groceries and even made a point of saying, "Good to finally have 4 sticks of butter. This should last us quite a while." He made no comment. On the first 2 days, whenever I used a small amount of butter, I would remark about how much butter we had left. And then finally one day I saw him do it again. He took a stick of butter into the bathroom, was gone for an hour, and came back with no butter. I couldn't believe it. I kept quiet, but the very next day my breaking point came, as another stick of butter was taken, as he went off with it to the bathroom. This was it. I was done. I crept by and listened in to hear what he was doing, and I heard sink water running and moaning noises. I stood by that door as long as I needed to, and when he saw me just staring at him. I told him I know he has been taking butter into the bathroom. He got all flustered and denied it at first, but I pressed him on it. He even broke into a swear and started apologizing, but instead of explaining said, "Let's just not talk about it." And when he saw I was getting mad, he said, "What if I just order my own separate private butter?" I kept asking him what he was doing with the butter, but he wanted me to never ask about his butter activities again, and to just put it behind us. He told me to just look the other way on this one thing. However, like some of us, I couldn't look away when my partner was disappearing with a stick of butter. And so the very next morning came around. I told him he should buy private personal butter for his activities, but I needed to know what he did with the butter. He got very quiet and then said, "Fine, I'll tell you, but just this once." And then he told me. He told me everything. Everything. I was so mortified and confused. I cannot tell you what it is, but I will say it's a sensual activity. Extremely sensual. Butter may have been designed to spread in many ways, but this is not one of them. I cannot even type what it is due to how graphic it is. And so now I'm thinking, on one hand, it is just butter, but on the other, I can no longer see him the same way. Edit. Things just got a whole lot worse. My boyfriend's friend found my other post and sent it to him saying, "Lol, this must be about you." And my boyfriend is now furious, especially because now other people I know in my life know what he does with butter. He is angry at me for exposing his butter-based proclivities. Now I have probably ruined my relationship and everyone knows my business.